Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into the Federal Skilled Trades Program FSTP under Canada's Express Entry System. If you're a skilled worker looking to make Canada your new home, you'll want to stick around for this. So, what's Express Entry all about? It's an online system that manages applications for permanent residence from skilled workers. The FSTP is one of the programs within this system specifically for those of you in skilled trades. Minimum requirements. Alright, let's break down the minimum requirements for the FSTP. There are three main criteria you need to meet: work experience, a job offer or certificate of qualification, and language skills. Skilled trades work experience. First up, let's talk about work experience. For the Federal Skilled Trades Program, you need to have at least 2 years of full-time work experience or an equal amount of part-time work in a skilled trade within the last 5 years. Your work experience needs to match the job requirements listed in the National Occupational Classification, or NOC. Think of the NOC as a guidebook for all jobs in Canada. It outlines what tasks and responsibilities are expected for each role. To qualify, you need to have performed the main duties listed in your trade's NOC description and meet the lead statement. But here's a crucial part. Your work experience only counts if you were qualified to practice that trade in the country where you gained the experience. So, if you were qualified in one country but worked in another with different rules, you must have met the requirements to practice independently in both places. Your work experience must be in one of the NOC groups mentioned below. Make sure your experience matches the NOC description, or your application will be refused. Also, remember, your work experience must be paid volunteer work, or unpaid internships won't count. Job offer or certificate of qualification. Next, you'll need a valid job offer for at least a year or a certificate of qualification in your trade issued by a Canadian authority. This certificate proves you're qualified to work in your trade in Canada. Basically, you've passed a certification exam and met all the local requirements. Language ability. Now, let's talk language. You'll need to take approved language tests for writing, reading, listening, and speaking. Your scores need to meet the minimum required level, and these results must be valid when you apply for permanent residence. Education. While there's no mandatory education requirement for the FSTP, having educational qualifications can boost your Express Entry score. If you've studied in Canada, you can get points for a certificate, diploma, or degree from a Canadian school. If you studied abroad, make sure you have an educational credential assessment report to show your education is equivalent to Canadian standards. Proof of funds. You'll also need to show you have enough money to support yourself and your family when you settle in Canada, unless you're already legally working in Canada with a valid job offer. Admissibility. Make sure you're admissible to Canada, meaning you meet the legal requirements to enter the country. Where you can live. You must plan to live outside Quebec, as Quebec has its own selection process for skilled workers. When you fill out your Express Entry profile, you'll need to indicate where you plan to live, but this can change once you're here. Next steps. Ready to take the plunge? Start by getting your documents ready and submitting your Express Entry profile. It's a journey, but with the right preparation, you'll be well on your way to calling Canada home. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on Canadian immigration. See you next time.